Start with a weather impact alert. A winter storm bringing rain, snow, and flooding concerns across our area. Take a look at this. Officials right now monitoring several rivers, including the Yuba and Tuolumne. People racing to prepare their homes for floods, as some were even forced out due to the rising waters over the weekend. Travel becoming treacherous at times in the mountains and below. Good evening. I'm Nazi Javid. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of ABC 10 before the 49ers game. And we want to take you to a live look of travel conditions right now. This is a live glance outside Interstate 80. You can see wet roads out there, the snowfall down, slippery for drivers out there here at Donner Summit. Treacherous conditions is an understatement a lot for these drivers out there throughout the day. System's been hitting the region as we move into that holiday week. So very, very careful out there if you're planning to hit the roads. And we have live team coverage tracking conditions for you with crews in both Placer and Stanislaus counties, where officials and residents are monitoring flood conditions out there. But first, we're going to start you off with ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchev. Brendan, I drove into Sacramento from Redding this afternoon. Not a good day to be on the roads out there.
Yeah, things were even rougher up near Redding yesterday. There's a lot of rain across Northern California. This is just the last 24 hours of rain, and you can see that at times it was heavy. We have some yellow colors, some oranges in there. Haven't seen a lot of snow yet, although the snow is still to come. The biggest snow is still to come, and I'm not just talking about tonight or tomorrow, but as we go through the rest of this week. So here's where things are at the moment. Just some lighter rain right now. It's lifting back north of Sacramento, and I will say, as expected, we expected to see a little bit of a drying trend tonight into tomorrow morning before the second round arrives. So you do see that rain lifting a little bit north of Sacramento. It is lighter rain, but we're still seeing some rain and perhaps even a little bit of snow at the passes at the moment. Over the last 24 hours, we've seen about a quarter of an inch of rain in Sacramento, but that's honestly some of the lowest totals on the map. Marysville, closer to an inch, same in Oroville, over an inch in Auburn and Placerville, South Lake Tahoe, over an inch of water as well. So there's been a lot of rain, and we are still looking at a lot more rain before this week is over. 60 right now in Sacramento, 64 in Stockton, 65 in Modesto. Looking out towards downtown Sacramento, you see overcast skies, 60 degrees, but it is not raining at the moment. We'll fall through the 50s as we go through this evening, but I am expecting things to stay overcast. Winter storm warning in effect from 10 p.m. on Tuesday to 10 p.m. on Friday. Flood watch across Northern California through 4 o'clock on Friday. And new today, a high wind watch from Tuesday afternoon through Friday afternoon. Gusts over 60 miles per hour are possible. So weather impact alert has been extended through Friday for heavy rain and heavy snow. And again, those strong valley gusts to 60 miles per hour are possible, especially by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday. So very difficult travel. And with these winds, we could be talking about some power outages as well. We'll talk a lot more about this later in the show. But for now, let's get you out to Jeannie Nguyen. She's in Placer County.
Good evening, Brendan. The rain has been on and off for the past couple hours here in Cisco Grove, and behind me is the South Yuba River. I'm going to step out of the way so you can take a look. You can see that the water levels are significantly high, and you can really see the difference when you take a look at the bridge in reference to where that water is. And officials tell me they're hopeful the river will hold steady, but they're continuing to monitor conditions closely.
Every time we look, the river is growing and growing, and we're like, oh my God, is the bridge still going to be here tomorrow?
The South Yuba River looks a lot fuller after heavy rain came down on Sunday.
It's been raining like day and night, so even at night we'll be like, oh my God, is it going to be flooded everywhere tomorrow?
Water levels rose so quickly, officials ordered an evacuation Sunday afternoon.
So on Sunday, there was a pretty rapid rising of the South Yuba River, and it did result in one home needing to be evacuated.
This video shows the moments of the evacuation as 9 people were safely rescued from the home near Cisco Grove. The Placer County Sheriff's Office says Cisco Grove remains under an evacuation warning.
Thankfully, within the last 24 hours, the water levels have not significantly increased, so that warning remains in effect. It has not needed to be upgraded.
With light and moderate rain expected to continue throughout Monday, the Sheriff's Office says it expects a break in rising water levels. Hampshire Rocks Road has been impacted with signs showing flooding along the river.
We do have our dive team on standby, and there are members throughout Placer County.
Now, the county also has sandbags for people in flood-prone areas. Locations on where to pick up those sandbags can be found on our website at abc10.com. Live in Placer County, Jeannie Nguyen, ABC 10.
Jeannie, thanks for braving those conditions out there. Stay safe. And all that rain and snow falling in higher elevations eventually, we know, flows down to the valley. And in Modesto, that runoff could spell trouble along the Tuolumne River. ABC 10's Gabriel Porez is live with us there now, where an evacuation warning has just been issued for the area. Gabriel, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Nazi, that warning is just precautionary for now. It covers just a couple of blocks of River Road here in Modesto. It's definitely overcast here, but at first glance, you might not be able to tell that this area is necessarily at risk. But take a look behind me. The Tuolumne River here, it's running fast and running high as well. Even now, before the worst of the storms move in, the water here is already just feet away from some homes. When the sky turns gray and when the fast flows on the Tuolumne get this high right next to his mobile home community, for Rudolph Hazelwood and his neighbors,
means be aware, be very aware.
Rudolph says he is, even if his neighbors are not.
Some of the people didn't have no way to move their trailers or RVs or whatever it may be, but I got a hitch here that I'd help them, because if it does come up over this embankment, this lower section here, we'll be ready to move. I know that.
Forecasters expect the river here to reach what's called action stage by Friday, just inches below minor flood stage.
The Tuolumne River, it will rise above normal winter levels. And that water is cold, fast moving. It may contain debris. So we want to encourage people to stay well back from riverbanks.
And to prepare. Like Modesto resident Jim Cole, using one of the county's 10 free sandbag locations.
It's nicer to be able to come over here and the city supplies this, because before I was going and buying my sandbags and they cost about $5 a bag.
10 bags can add up quickly on days like today.
For the next 10 days, we're supposed to be getting a lot of rain. Makes you do something like this to prepare. Okay. But if you're prepared for it, hey, it's not that bad.
Rudolph is doing what he can.
Come on, Rudy!
He was able to move his home to higher ground and under gray skies with the water already rising.
Yeah, that's pretty high. Yeah, that's pretty high.
He says he and his neighbors are watching.
Doesn't take a lot, no. There's a lot of water moving. And that little bit of rain we're getting is putting a lot of water up on there. And that's my concern, is the more rain you get, the bigger this will get.
And the county says it has been in this area today to observe and get the word out here. They have an evacuation shelter ready to open if it's necessary. Everyone hoping that won't be the case, obviously doing what they can in the meantime. Everyone also watching and waiting closely. Live in Modesto, Gabriel Porez, ABC 10.
Yeah, preparation critically important. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for that report. This dangerous storm hitting Northern California has already led to at least one death. At least one person was killed after flash floods inundated Redding.
This is pretty crazy. I've never seen it like this.
Drone video shows streets flooded. This is also including parts of I-5 in Humboldt County. Crews performed water rescues there on Sunday, where the flood water was chest deep in some places. Some neighborhoods had to be accessed by jet skis. Heavy rain and potential flooding is expected to continue in Northern California before a more widespread storm steps up to the plate and slams the entire state. Officials say Los Angeles could see anywhere from 2 months worth of rain to nearly half a year's worth in just a week. Sierra is finally getting some snow this year, and skiers are eager to hit the slopes. But the Sierra Avalanche Center says with more snow anticipated for Tahoe and storms hitting the Sierra, they have concerns with avalanches and are encouraging skiers to exercise patience.
The skiing has not been very good. The snow has basically not shown up yet this winter, so there's a lot of pent up stoke, and people need to kind of keep themselves in check, make good decisions and not get hurt, the first time there's a foot of snow on the ground. So I think it's a good just time for all of us to take a deep breath, and hopefully it'll be a long winter and there'll be lots of good opportunities to get out there.
Certainly safety first. He tells us avalanches more often than not are caused by man, by human, rather than nature. Luckily, the center is prepared with full staffing even during the holiday week. He says their forecasters have been hard at work for weeks already. To follow more on this weather impact alert, including area conditions and road impacts, go to our free ABC 10 streaming app.